taken from him. But that was just one test. We know how many messengers went up to him and told him the bad news, and everything he was hearing was bad. And they've came and they've taken all your servants, and the house collapsed and everybody in it died. Your children have died. His 10 children, 7 sons and 3 daughters. They've all passed away. You know, there's a saying that says, when it rains, it pours. How many of us have felt that we have gone through there? When it rains on our lives, we feel, God, it is just pouring. And there's just one bad news after another. But I want to tell you in all this, in order for us to be called a child of God, we must go through a test. We have to. And you may ask, what type of test is God asking me to go through? I don't know. Look inside your life. Look inside right now what you're going through. You know, my sister who's expecting asked prayer last week, and she said, you know, the baby's reached. And, you know, if it's reached, this baby's reached, I'm not going to be able to deliver normally. I'm going to have a cesarean section. What is this? It's a test that comes. And what is she going to do? Is she going to blame God? Is she going to curse God? Or is she going to say, Lord, I confide in you. I believe in you. I place my trust in you, Lord. And this test that I am going through, Lord, I know you're going to help me pass it. I know you're going to help me through it. I know many of you have heard this. Without a testing in your life, without a test, there would be no testimony. If me and you had such a perfect life, have never gone through anything, never been hurt, then what testimony can we give others? If someone is down in the ground and going through so much, maybe lost someone, lost a job, has lost something. How many of us here have lost something or someone? But I want to tell you, it was a test. And it's a test that we're able to put all faith fully in God and say, Lord, I know this is a test. And it's hard. It's not easy. How many of you guys like tests? I don't like tests. I get nervous. Some of you guys are biting your nails like, don't even mention the word test. It just makes me nervous. But I'm going to tell you, tests are going to come to our lives whether we like it or not. Everyone here, saved or not. And I would rather be saved with God and go through that test than not be saved at all. Because if I am saved in God, at least I have hope in God. How many of you have hope in God? How many of you know that God is hope? Amen. How many of you guys know that God is the answer to every problem in your life? You see, because if we did not know that, I'm going to tell you right now that God is the solution and the answer to every single problem in our life. Amen. You want to be someone great? You got to go through a test and trial. In order for them, you know, when they make an automobile, what is it put through? It's put through a test to make sure that it will be safe for us. Many regulations. All of us here, we want to be great people. Don't say no. You want to be a great person. You want to be a great person among God. Maybe not among the people, but you want to be blameless and upright like Job was with God. You're going to be placed through a test. My brother Doug here, ill. You remember Job? The first test was what? Everything was taken from him. But then the enemy, he was not satisfied with that. Because you know what? The job of the enemy is to destroy completely. And he tells Jesus, yes, God, yes. You took away everything and he's still serving you, but touch his body, his physical, and let's not see what he's going to do next. And God permitted. And you may ask, what? God permitted God permitted the devil to come in and do all this to Job? Why? How many of us want to grow spiritually? And how many of us want to be blessed here? Amen. Things are going to be permitted. God will permit things in your life so that you can grow.